If you finally want to make $10,000 a month with your video business, you gotta stop undercharging. There is no point in charging $500 to $1,000 per video. It just does not make sense. Not even if the client says, I don't have a big budget for this, but in the future I will have a lot more work for you. So let's fix it once and for all. My name is Nick Metzger and I grew my own video agency from zero to over $40,000 per month. And today I help videographers just like you make more money. So let's get right into it. So the first thing you gotta understand is that the top 10% of all US videographers make a little over $110,000 per year or a little over $9,000 per month. And maybe that sounds like a lot to you, but let me tell you from experience, it is not. I mean, if you think about it, my students go from literally a couple $1,000s per month to over $20,000 per month within a couple months. Now, are they better videographers? No, they're not. They're oftentimes just average and sometimes even below average. So how can they be making over $20,000 per month, which puts them literally in the top 1% of all US videographers, while you're not even making $10,000 per month, even though you have better video skills? Well, it's fairly easy. They do not undercharge. They know their worth and they have set boundaries. And this is exactly what you should be doing as well. So here is step number one. You gotta set a minimum price that is required to even be working with you, required for you to even pick up the camera. A good starting point is $1,500, but if you have sold deals over $1,500 in the past, then just double it and make it $3,000. And yes, it literally is that simple. You just gotta define that minimum. And now that means, since that is your minimum, that you will not take on a client below that minimum. No exceptions, no excuses. It's gotta be that minimum or you do not work with the client. This is crucial because if you don't do it, if you don't set these boundaries, you will always be taking on these small little deals, these baby deals. And by the way, if you're already at a $10,000 level, if you already closed $7,000 deals, then make that your minimum. Make $10,000 for a video your minimum. Like, it does not matter where you are in terms of your level of revenue. You literally just set a new minimum price that is higher than your average project so far, and therefore your new average will be much higher as well. Step number two is that you gotta define your ideal client's character traits. Now, if you're talking to a potential client and they do not meet the ideal character traits at all, then you don't take them on as a client. It is your right to say no to a client. It is your right to decline somebody. You don't have to take on everybody. And always remember, every client you decline makes room for a perfect client that will pay you much more. Step number three, you gotta stop charging an hourly or daily rate. You gotta charge for the value you add to the client's business. But now you might be asking, but Nick, how can I do this? Well, I'm glad you asked. It's actually easy. You sell like a doctor. Imagine when you go to a doctor, when you have a headache, you say, in example, hey, Mr. Doctor, I have a headache, I need an aspirin. Does the doctor give you the aspirin? No. First, he needs to diagnose. First, he needs to ask you questions, okay? He's gonna ask you, where does it hurt? How much does it hurt on a scale from 1 to 10? When did it start hurting? Did you drink enough water yesterday? Did you sleep enough? Did you do X, Y, Z? And only when he is like 99% sure what this is gonna be, he is gonna prescribe the right medication or the right therapy. And this is the exact same thing that you do with your clients. When a client approaches you and says, well, I need this 2-minute video done for my website, you ask them, well, what is your goal, right? And then you ask them about their challenges and you ask them about why they want to solve the problem with a video and where they try to distribute it. And with these answers, you can decide what video makes the most sense for them and then actually upsell them into a much bigger package than you would have sold if the client would have just told you what to do. So, as a little summary for you, you gotta first of all set a minimum price, second of all define your ideal client's character traits, and third of all, you gotta sell like a doctor. These three things will allow you to charge more immediately. But now, there is one more thing missing. It is you taking action. If you don't take action on these three things that you have just learned from this video, you have just wasted a couple of minutes of your life and you will never get to the level where you would like to get to. So therefore, take these things, rewatch the video, take notes, and actually implement it in your business. Take action on it, because this is literally what helped me build my video business from zero to over $40,000 per month. And at one point, I even had an over $100,000 month and a $75,000 video project client. So if you want to achieve that too, and if you want to finally grow your video business to over $10,000 per month, or if you're already there, want to add another $10,000 per month, then I might have something of interest to you. Right below this video in the description, there is a short video training, absolutely free, linked. And in that video, I explain you what the Video Business Academy is and how you can use it to get the same results as my students who are getting to over $10,000 per month within 60 to 90 days. And the coolest part about it is we even have a 100% success guarantee. Doesn't cost you anything to watch the video, so go click it right now and maybe we'll see each other on the inside.